guys are doing well and are setting your intentions for what you want to manifest in the month of June. We're going to go ahead and do like an overview in regards to the energy that you're going to be experiencing this month. And of course, if you do want to see future readings from me, make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you never miss a beat whenever I upload here on the channel. And if at any point you do want a personal reading with me, make sure that you check the comment section or the description box. And also, hit the notification bell for that too. I do go live and take personal readings all the time, like pretty much every day. But let's go ahead and get straight into it and see what's going on. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. What does the month of June 2025 have in store for you? What does the month of June 2025 have in store for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements? Okay. So I have Control as the first card, and it talks about being in tune with what you're in control of and releasing the need to focus on what you can't do anything about. It also talks about controlling the mind, controlling impulses. You could have certain moments during this time frame where you're like, you know what, F this job, I really want to quit. Or, you know what, I'm done with this relationship, or I'm tired of this. But you could be tempering maybe the desire to kind of act on how you're feeling in the moment, and more so considering like long term where that's going to lead you. This also talks about recognizing how maybe someone has been trying to control you to some degree. This could be like a family member, somebody who you're in a relationship with, a boss. But there's someone who has like a very controlling element around them. And if you're not careful with having boundaries with this individual, they will just try to step all over you or try to step all over your boundaries. I also have the sacral chakra and helpless and hopeless in reverse, which I love. So this does talk about you getting out of a state of feeling like your situation is not helpable, or there's certain things that are just going to stop you from getting to the other end of whatever challenges you've been facing as of recently. Hope could be coming back into play. If you just felt very, depressed or just overwhelmed mentally, I think that June could grant you a chance to just see things from a totally different light. And you recognize like, oh wait, my spiritual team is actually helping me to some degree, or my spiritual team has been trying to reveal this to me. For my creative Taurus as well, this could be a great month for you to get back into your creative endeavors if you haven't been maybe feeling that push or the passion to do so. There's something that could inspire you, like maybe you watch a funny show or you see something, out while you're walking, like a mural on a wall or something like that. And then this could be inspiration for you to pour that creative energy out, okay? All right, let's keep going. What is the general energy around my Taurus for the month of June 2025? What does June 2025 have in store for my Taurus? So we have the Ace of Swords as the first card. So what's in store for you is clarity, understanding, better communication as well. There could be clarity that comes through communication where you finally, speak your mind and you finally express your point of view to somebody who you haven't spoken to in a while, or vice versa. There also may be a brilliant plan that you come up with during this month, whether this is like a plan to buy a house, a plan to move, a plan to get into college, or a plan to shift your career. There's some sort of plan that you're going to be following this month that if you stick with it, you will see results and you will, see that it did pay off. Also, the Ace of Swords talks about being very strict about where your energy is being poured into. So you could find yourself just cutting people or situations off left and right, okay? Now, going into career and finance specifically, I have the Four of Swords. So yeah, if you've been sitting on certain ideas, contemplating, okay, is this business going to make me money? I think that during the month of June, you could be pushed to get out of your head about these ideas and get into action. Also, for my Taurus who are waiting to hear back from like a job you've already interviewed for or already applied to, It could be a slight delay when it comes to them reaching back out, but you will hear from them. It's important that you quiet your mind in terms of assuming the worst case scenario in regards to whether or not you will get the job or if you will get a job, period. Some of you also really do need to take care of yourself in terms of getting rest. You could feel like you really, really need a moment to like go on vacation, take some time for you. Okay, let's keep going. Just coming through for my Taurus when it comes to their love life. What's going to be going on for the month of June? Okay, I have the Empress card. So for my single Taurus, you could be your focal point. You could be the main focus. You could be also pouring your attention to like motherly duties or parental duties. For others of you, it's like making money. You could be wanting to put yourself in a position of just personal growth where dating doesn't necessarily fit in that category at the moment. Also with the Empress card, this does talk about maybe you looking to date somebody more mature or wanting your person, your current person, to step into more of a mature point of view when it comes to how they handle things in the relationship. They could be very fly off the wall, off the handles with certain reactions. They could do a lot. I also see that a lot of you are just outgrowing what may have felt like qualities or the type of people you could have dated previously. You're outgrowing those types. So you're paying more attention. Are you mature enough to even handle a serious relationship? Are you mature enough to take accountability or to show up for me just like how I would show up for you? I think that's something that you're going to be paying closer attention to during the month of June. Now, the advice for this month, I have the Queen of Pentacles. So be very wise about how you're spending your time, your money, and also your energy. And also, whatever you nurture or focus your attention on during this month, it grows. So if you don't want certain things to amplify, like let's say certain issues or certain problems, try not to pour all of your attention or focus into those spaces and more so into other spaces. Also, the other piece of advice is to make sure self-care is due, again, outside of like working and taking care of physical responsibilities. A lot of you do need to be mindful of personal health. If you have been noticing like my health has been a little bit shaky, or I haven't been getting enough rest and that's been really affecting me when it comes to just being efficient and being on top of my stuff, really pay close attention to that. Also, before you trust anybody when it comes to going to business with them or anything with money, make sure that they show you and prove to you that they are trustworthy in that sense. For any of my Taurus who could be doing like any business endeavors or anything like that. Now, what's the possible challenge that my Taurus may run into this month? I have the Three of Pentacles. So some of you, it could be dealing with somebody romantically and being tired of them trying to put you in third-party situations. Or some of you, you could have, maybe multiple options in trying to decide who am I going to take serious. For others of you, it's not even third-party stuff. It could just be the workplace. You could have certain coworkers who are really, really messy and drama-filled, or higher ups where they are on your behind to save their job and to save themselves, but not necessarily because they want you to succeed. It's just to cover their own behind. For others of you, the challenge could be you're working on a skill or you're perfecting some sort of craft, and you may want that process to speed up, and you may want, with a business, you want that to grow faster. It may need some more time, more effort, more energy, and not like these rushed results. I think the last challenge I'm kind of getting from this card as well, this could be schooling. You could want more support. Like you could feel like your teacher or the school environment may not necessarily be conducive for you when it comes to learning. Okay, let's keep going. What do my Taurus need to watch out for, or I guess be aware of? Not necessarily watch out for, but be aware of. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. So be aware. Again, it keeps emphasizing self-care, self-care, self-care. Also, be aware of certain individuals that can be selfish. They could be in a selfish season. This may have nothing to do with you as a person. You could be, let's say, for example, trying to talk to someone and you're trying to understand, like, okay, does this person not like me? Is it something wrong with me? Is it... No, it could be a situation where this person is in a selfish season, and if you take things that they're going through as like personal slights to you, it could kind of affect your self-esteem. So be aware of when it's truly a I'm going through life, I'm going through the motions thing, than a I don't like you thing when it comes to love. And there being a disconnect. Also with the Nine of Pentacles, for some of you, you could have like this hyper independence energy where you feel like you can't really trust anybody. And you want to be aware of how that can make you feel more isolated than necessary. It could feel very stressful, especially when it comes to like financial stuff or moments where you do need support. If you kind of have this extreme hyper dependence, I don't need anyone perspective. Now, going into what I see for what to avoid this month, Taurus, I have the Hermit card. So it already talks about you having a good... I'm getting tongue-tied. You already have a clear idea of what to avoid. With the Hermit card, this is like you having the wisdom to know, like, okay, I need to avoid this person because X, Y, and Z, or I need to avoid this habit because X, Y, and Z. What you may need to avoid, though, is just maybe ruminating on certain topics, because the Hermit card is a very introspective, I'm to myself, I'm alone in my own energy card, and too much time in reflection doesn't really lead to more understanding. It just leads to more doubt or questioning and feeling like there's still more information that needs to be taken in order for you to feel confident enough to move. So avoid overthinking yourself into madness, okay? Now, last card I have for you, Taurus, I have the Chariot. So the Chariot represents the outcome. So this is really good. This talks about forward movement. This talks about reeling in different aspects of your life and finding a good balance so that you can move forward, and balancing out the positives and the negatives within a situation so that you can succeed. Some of you guys also may get a new car by the end of this month. Either a new car or something with your car may need to get changed, like a wheel or something. Or I said a wheel, a tire. I'm looking at this wheel on this Chariot. But overall, you will overcome whatever challenges you're faced with during this month. There also may be a Cancer of significance during this time frame, or an Aquarius. But this is what I see. I hope that this was helpful and to give you insight for the month. And I will see you in the next one.